Hello everybody, if you're just joining us. You're at Tpull's Corner, this is Travis, and we've got a new deck that's kind of a work in progress. I don't have all the cards that I wanted for this, but I do have some cards. So we'll run through this real quick and see how we do, and then I'll go out and show you the deck. Our opponent is Silly Bunny. And they did not want to go after us. The problem is, we just missed a land drop already. And of course my opponent did not. It's a nice way for them to get ahead. What do I do? Do I go ahead and do this now? I don't. I can't do it right this second. I've got to wait for enough untapped land. Organ Hoarder, okay. Of course he throws away the land. There's so many people. Alright. Clear the board. Do you have enough cheap creatures? Might have a trick, but we're going to go ahead and try and see if we can stem some of the bleeding now. If he's got a battle trick, I'd rather he play it now. If he has one, he's not willing to use it. Okay. Let's see. I think we're just going to put down Arizona. And we'll keep this indestructible thing in our pocket in case we need it. She will attack now. And my enemy will take it! They do have some kind of instant. It's holding up priority. Maybe if they did have removal, they're thinking they'll use it on the Ballista Watcher? Cold Conscript, okay, not impressed. Not worried about that one at all. He wants the trade. I'm not letting him get card draw regardless. When it dies, return it. Okay. Well, I'm going to protect my guy in the meantime. Alright. For our next trick. Elder Dragon can deal 2 damage to everybody. Get rid of a couple of those guys. And we're going to hit him some more. And we're about equal now. Although he's got a lot more land than me. He does not want to trade. Do I want to? Yes. Discard that card. Discard the land. And I just get 2 more land. Okay. I guess we're taking that. Time for this puppy. Ooh, counter it. Okay. He can attack without tapping his thing. Okay, so we're just going to attack with everybody then. And now we'll take you out first. Bam! I like the way that works. Okay, that's a little too many lands now. Conscript is there specifically to be sacrificed. And he goes and gets the Siphon Essence. It's only good against creatures, and you're pretty much tapped out. So, we will add you to the mix. We will add you to the mix. And we will continue to attack. Bam bam. Yes, look for your salvation. Because Siphon Essence is useless to me now. Well, useless to you now. The Wretched Throngs is good if I didn't have a board presence. What do you do when I do have a board presence? This is something the zombie deck is not prepared for. Zombies are used to getting things down quickly and growing in number and scaling up their power. Still not enough. Ta-da! Alright, let's go ahead and take a look behind the scenes. Let's look at the guts of the deck. Okay, where are we? Loner Ignition. We're combining a couple of cards. Let's go in here. Alright, so the star of the show is the Ill-Tempered Loner from Innistrad. It's a 3/3 human werewolf. Whenever it's dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any target. So if he goes up against a 6/6 creature, the 6/6 creature may kill him, but he will also kill the 6/6 because I can direct that 6 points of damage right at the creature. If it turns to night, whenever any permanent you control is dealt damage, Hawkpack Avengers deals that much damage to any target. Plus, you can pump them up with extra mana if you got it lying around. So, very dangerous card overall. There's a trick, there's a combo, in that if you can give him Indestructible, you can keep dealing damage to him. And if he also has Lifelink, guess what? You can keep dealing damage to him every single time you want until you time out. And the damage with the lifelink attached is going to give you just a bunch of life, and the damage doesn't matter because he's indestructible. So we call it Loner Ignition for the deck because we've got a couple copies of Angelfire Ignition where we can give him both lifelink and indestructible at once. We could attack with him, and it's going to be a good time. In the meantime, we've also got 4 copies of Take Up the Shield, which also gives lifelink and indestructible until end of turn. So we might not use the combo just because, it's just gaining a couple of points of life each tick, and you have to do it manually. You can't just declare it like when you're playing Paper Magic. So it just kind of depends. If the enemy doesn't block them, then we might use these cards and just put on counters and gain life naturally and hit the opponent for damage and that kind of thing. If we get to a point where we feel like we need to do some life gain, that changes the story. So what do we have available to help us out? We've got Allenbach Escort, which is 1/1 with Vigilance. Target creature with a +1/+1 counter gains lifelink and indestructible till end of turn. So if we've used either Take Up the Shield or Angelfire Ignition previously on the Loner, we could sacrifice one of these escorts and do the same lifelink indestructible trick again. So we can do this at an instant speed. So whether we're attacking or defending, there should be a lot of opportunities to go ahead and get damage on the Loner, even if the opponent's being careful. I don't think that it's widely advertised about the combo with this yet. We've got 1 Ambitious Farmhand to go get extra planes out. We've got 1 Intrepid Adversary that if we have extra mana we can pump up everybody with +1s. We've got the Selfless Samurai that gets lifelink if it attacks alone, and you could sacrifice it to have another creature gain indestructible. So, that's another way to protect the Loner anyway, just to give it indestructible even if it doesn't have lifelink at the time. Here's another target creature gains indestructible, just to protect our creature because we only have 2 copies of the Loner. And we have, for the small swarms that attack us, we've got Vampire's Vengeance, 3 copies that deals 2 damage to each non-vampire creature, plus we get a blood token out of it. And I just don't come across that many vampires right now in the current meta. For whatever reason, they've fallen out of favor. And we have 1 copy of Rizona, 3/3 with haste. If it doesn't have an indestructible counter on it, you get to put an indestructible counter on it. That's always fun. Plus, we have Coyote, Soul of Kamigawa, 2 of them with flash, so when it enters the battlefield, another target permanent gains indestructible for as long as you control Coyote. So a lot of emphasis on at least indestructible in this deck. That allows us, if we do have some indestructible stuff, if we need to, we can depopulate and use a board wipe. And we have 4 copies of Ballista Watcher. Now, this guy can do 1 damage to any target, so if we've got indestructible and lifelink, but the opponent is too savvy to let us get any damage on the Ill-Tempered Loner, we can kick things off with the Ballista Watcher. All we need is 3 mana. We tap it, deal 1 damage to the Loner itself, and start the combo off. Or if it's nighttime, we can spend 3 and deal 1 damage to any target as well. We have the Elder Dragon War that does 2 damage to each creature and opponent. And by the time we get to the 3rd saga, we got a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. So again, these are all things that we can use, whether it's, as long as we get the indestructible and lifelink combo going with Loner, we could use Vampire's Vengeance to trigger it off, we could use Ballista Watcher to trigger it off, we could use Elder Dragon War to trigger it off, we could use Burn Down the House to trigger it off if we have enough mana. We also have 2 Structural Assaults to destroy all artifacts. That may be overkill, maybe that's 1 too many, But, you know, it gives us a chance to get it out early in the deck when we might need it, as opposed to just having one copy that's always at the bottom of the deck and useless when we do need it. And we also have a copy of Temporal Firestorm. We don't have blue mana ready, but we could kick it once. So we could face somebody out and do a board wipe that way. And if we have the Indestructible and Lifelink combo going, we might not want to phase out the loner, but there might be a second creature that we want to save. And one other option, we have one copy of Volatile Arsonist that has Menace and Haste, and when it attacks, it deals 1 damage to up to 1 target creature. So again, if we have the Lifelink Indestructible combo ready with the loner, we could use the attack from the Arsonist to actually deal 1 damage to the loner and start off the combo. So we'll see if we can get out the combo. We got 1 Plaza of Heroes, we got 3 Fields of Rune, and we got 1 Sukinzen and 1 Iganjo for the lands. And one card I didn't mention yet, Mishra's Command, where you have 4 different options. Damage to creatures, damage to planeswalkers, have your creature gain +X and haste, or choose a target player that can discard up to X number of cards and then draw a card for each card discarded in this way. So lots of options there for that command. Let's go back in. And as always, since I'm a free-to-play account and I'm sort of demonstrating what you can do with limits, I've got the artificial restriction on myself that I don't burn wild cards, so I didn't craft any cards to help me out with the deck. I've got 2 Angel Fire Ignitions, that's what I'm using. I got 2 Loners, that's what I'm using. And so we could have a whole match go by without any of those cards showing up. But the deck is nice enough that it can win without them, which is what you always want to have in a good design. But it would also be cool to get those cards out and be able to demonstrate the combo. So away we go. Remember to like and subscribe. If you need the reminder, this is your per video reminder. Our opponent is playing blue. It's a control deck. They'll take a long time because it is round 1. It's the most important round of the game, and they have to really make sure they don't mess this up. I predict they're going to play spell. They do. Alright. We are not. They might have some ninjutsu stuff going on. And there are some cards where it only costs 2 to get the ninja out. So the reason we didn't put down one of our creatures is because they're not vampires either, so we're just going to clear the field. And say, away with you, flyers. Flyers could give us problems. Another flyer already. Alright, let's start putting some stuff out. In the meantime, do I want to use that? Yeah, let's get rid of the other one. It would be nice to get more land in here. I wonder if they have the other colors to start the lifelink. They need white or black. All they're showing is mono blue so far. And even though it's our turn, we have to wait for them to decide if they're going to play a spell. And we missed our land drop again, which is just happening like almost every time now, which makes no sense because you see our opponent has no problems with land every single turn, and that's usually fatal when you're up against blue if they can get that far ahead of you with all their counter spells. So they can just sit there and wait for you to do something. And that is not what I needed right this second. Look at that. I missed another land drop, and he just found another land. And he's not doing anything but just hitting me to death. Land. Wow. Alright, let's see. We'll try and cast a spell. Select value for X is going to be 2. Deal the damage and give the extra stuff to. Can you counter the spell? I'm assuming you can. There we go. Well, he saves his creature anyway. I do get to do 3 points of damage at least. We are equal right now. Woo! 7 lands. Now's a good time for Hullbreaker Horror, right? No? Okay. Just a bunch of flyers. Undercover Operative. You're tapped out. Let's go ahead and attack. See if they block with anybody in particular. You do! You block with the one with the shield token, which is exactly what I wanted, so I can get rid of everybody. Thank you for cooperating. Except now if he does have a Hullbreaker Horror, I might be in trouble. Now's a good time for him to throw away lands he doesn't need. He throws away an extra Surveil as well. I will put down the Ballista Watcher. We'll at least get something on the board. He gets to draw a couple cards with the Scry. And what's nice about that is, well, I thought he was going to end up with a flyer that would be power 4 or more that I could destroy. He doesn't get the shield counter with this. Any day now. Usually blue is not slow enough that they interrupted their own summon spell. There's currently only one choice, unless you can flash in another creature of your own you want to copy. My opponent is Curious Fox. I am curious about what you are doing. Still no sign of any of our combo cards yet. But you know, it takes a while to get to them when you're facing blue. Come on, Magic, give us a YouTube format so people know they can't do this. We need like one fewer rope capability. Like maybe you could rope twice, but not 3 times. I've got a couple of choices here myself. I could just bring out the Volatile Arsonist next, or I could do a trade-off and give him Indestructible and still keep him on the board while the Undercover Operative goes away again. And you did not choose anybody, so I'm just going to do stuff. I think we lost him. I think we lost our opponent. Maybe they lost connection entirely. I don't feel too bad. I feel like we had the upper hand. He was kind of running out of ammo. I feel pretty comfortable with the stuff that we have, but you never know what happens on the other end. We will move on. I chose this deck today because our daily goal is to cast red and white spells. My opponent is Loss. If we can add the T, maybe we can make the prediction come true. Wow! Look at all those cards! Okay, they didn't put down a creature, which usually means you got removal. Do you care about 1/1s? You might just wait and see what I put down next turn before I attack. And if I don't put anybody down, then he'll remove it. Which would be good for me, because then I have the option at least of making it indestructible. Field of Ruin. We'll keep that up for now. Our opponent does not have removal. What do you have? If you don't have any, you don't have a 1/2 or 3 drop? Do you only have Shieldreds? Am I up against the all Shieldred deck? Mystic Skull. Okay. So maybe my anti-artifact spell might come into play if we can get our hands on it this match. With Dominarian Brothers War, we've got increased chances of getting artifacts out, I think. But that's just more Innistrad. Five mana to get a 5/6. It's not bad if the match lasts long enough. Okay, I don't see any blue mana, so why are you taking so long? Let's at least make sure that I hit my land. Yeah, I only have 2 planes in the deck, by the way, so if I have both planes out already, Ambitious Farmhand is going to whiff. So I only have 1 copy of Ambitious Farmhand. A lot of the rest are the dual lands. Only 2 regular planes in the entire deck. If we use Field of Ruin, the rest of what we're getting is mountains. Ah, Go Shintai of Shared Purpose. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. That allows us to save the farmhand with the escort. We're up against shrines. And Mystic Skull is the 1 mana of any color. Interesting. Necrosynthesis. Whenever another creature dies. Okay. But the damage isn't determined by Go Shintai's strength, it's determined by the number of shrines. So the most he can hit me for right now is 2, but if he gets to increase there, he could become a 3/3 first striker. So do you create a token, or do you hit me for damage? Why is he looking at my farmhand? He's got 1 mana, so he can only activate 1 of the 2 shrines. He chooses to activate that. Okay. In that case, we'll use Angel Fire Ignition. Becomes a 4/4. Indestructible, Lifelink, Vigilance, and Haste. And Trample. It's a little Voltron. Okay, you're going to save 1 point. It's got Trample. That gives that one a 3/3 at least, so maybe that's part of the intention. We kind of want it to transform the skull now, and then have it block the farmhand. Sticky Fingers. Interesting choice. He keeps looking at the farmhand. I can't prevent that. Shoot. You little puke. I guess we go ahead and block. I didn't want to waste Valorous Stance on it, because I knew he was going to get more tokens. I wanted to just clear the whole field of everybody. 2 points to the face. I'm still over 20. Oh, look at that. Perfect timing. Alright, he gets to look at some cards. And he gets one of the top 5. And if those 2 cards, well, 3 cards. Oh yeah, because Sticky Fingers left. We're still waiting on Mystic Skull. We've got Structural Assault to take care of it whenever it becomes a threat. Children's Restoration. Do you want to burn your treasure on it? He does. He wants to burn the treasure on it. I don't have a planeswalker for you to deal with there. I'm going to exploit for Y. I don't understand why you did that. Exploiting was useless. Clawing Torment. Okay. So I can't block, but I can still attack. Oh, and the transformation start. Okay. And let's just attack with what we got. Ballista Watcher loses 1 life. If he keeps Graf Reaver around, Graf Reaver costs him 1 life. Yep, that's a fair trade. Don't need to keep him. We'll get rid of Mystic Monstrosity now because I have a sorcery. And we'll throw out another escort. And this would be a good time for the Ill-Tempered Loner to show up. And we're not blocking that. Now you can make a bunch of 1/1s and swarm us to death. So I guess we're using this now. Yes. And now his shared purpose can't attack us. And since he lost the Mystic Skull, I don't have to worry if he's got other kinds of shrines. Okay, we're not worried about that. And he's just going to create some 1/1s. And we hope that he blocks, because we are definitely going to attack. Like, we're not even going to hesitate. He can chump block with 1 every time, but at least that keeps him from building up his spirit tokens. If he doesn't get another shrine down, he's stuck with adding 1, and he's got to lose it to block me each time. He's going for it! Yeah, we're going to take you out. We'll make you indestructible. Shintai goes away. He still gets to look at a card and keep it, but he doesn't get choices. He just has to take whatever the next card was going to be. We'll go ahead and get rid of the special land now, the non-basic land, and just thin out our deck a tiny bit because we're flooding out with land. See, there was another land on top next already. We are going to need something else. He's got enough other cards coming up. We can't just do nothing but flood out with land for the rest of the game. Oh, that's lovely. Chump block, please, please, chump block. There you go. What about the escort? You gotta block the escort. You're not gonna take 3, are you? Because whatever you got, it is not helpful to you at the moment. But he wanted options, so he wanted to make sure Rizona didn't get indestructible. But it looks like we both got to the stage in our decks where we are flooding out with land for the most part. Coyote Stays is my ace in the hole. They might still have exile spells, so all they need is... Here's the one that you got me on earlier. If they have 3 more Eaten Alives in there, they can get us. They can remove. I don't have any protection against that. I got enough lands, I'm just going to keep on hitting them. Now they finally can do... they finally drew the right color for colors they had for shrines. And you can mill me for 1 card. Let it be a land. Oh, you're milling yourself. Oh, you lost a body launder. That had death touch. Alright. We go to attack. Could have just killed him. We're going to kill him the other way. The creature, that is. That gives me a blood token. Get rid of the excess land. Go see what else we got. Ah, nice. That's got haste. Even if he has a board wipe, we're set. Because as soon as he attacks, damage goes right there. Oh, not target one creature. Not the creature, target the player. Alright, well, Angel Fire Ignition showed up. Now we just need the Ill-Tempered Loner to show up. And we have made our daily reward. Let's go check the inbox while we're here. This is the new inbox. A message from customer support. Recent disruptions. Thank you for your patience. What are we claiming? Ooh, look at that. 1,000 gold and 3,000 XP is a reward for all the issues that we have experienced lately. We will not turn it down. The economy's still kind of bad. It's easy to burn through all your gold. If you want to burn through your gems, it's easy to burn through all your gems. And this might be a defender deck. We already have structural assault. We might want to try and be greedy and save it. Or we might get to a point where we really just can't afford to save it. Okay, amount of value 3 or less, you draw a card. Sundown Pass. No attacks. It's probably going to create the white bird creature with flying, right? Let's skip the draw card, because that allows him to have the draw card. Okay, do we bring down the loner? Not yet. We've got to burn down the house coming up. Does he want to power up the bulwark, or he wants to bring somebody else down? Tokaj's welcome is already earning its weight. And he's got extra cards in the deck to be prepared for that. We will block with the escort. Save us for 4 points of damage. They won't know. Ooh, both structural assaults. That's good if this is more of a... That's good if this is more of an artifact deck. Okay, we are not going to wait. Since we have so many spells, we'll clear the board now. And so we got artifact, artifact, and everybody else. I kind of hate the idea of putting him down without protection. Can I afford to wait? Maybe we actually channel Sukenzen for a change. Problem is, these spirits don't fly. It'd be nice if they could fly. I guess our opponent was not expecting that. Two defenders. That one's not an artifact, though. But a lot of them are. Yeah, nothing. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. They have haste. We'll even up our health totals with our opponent. Our opponent is Ox Monkey. Did they scoop already? Did they just walk away from the computer because we did the board wipe? Are they throwing a fit? Are you there? You notice we're getting roped a lot in these games? This is kind of why Paper Magic is a little bit more fun than playing online. It is better to get together with some friends, because at least you can see them, you know, furrow their brow if they're thinking hard, and they're going to take a while. In this case, you just don't know what's going on. We get to do something, and then we wait again. He's there. Are you just going back and forth on whether you want to play a removal spell on a 1/1? He had to press the button to allow us to get to the attack phase. He's there. Okay, come on. You get to have your old turn now. You got 5 cards and you get to draw one too. If this keeps up, we're not even going to be able to play the Lunar. We've got so many cards in the deck that give indestructible. I really need 6 lands total to get them down and have some protection. And that's the ideal thing to do. But these are kind of the canaries in the coal mine. To see what kind of cards do you have that you're willing to burn? You'd figure if it's a defender deck, they've got some control things to help remove the opponent's creatures while they build up their defenders. Is it possible he's got 6 cards and they're all crap? Such exciting games. Is it asking too much for a dedicated channel for people that sort of join the channel and promise not to rope? Again, everybody, when Wizards offers you to take a survey, take the survey. Tell them we want one more channel for people that will not rope. It's the no rope channel. We can go in there and actually play games. People are pledging to play the game and not do this every time. It's just sad. Come on, Ox Monkey, my pants are going out of style here, waiting on you. You're gonna make me play with the pets. Look what I can do. Anyway, we were situated pretty good against him no matter what. I'm not sure if he knew it. It's always fun. People do not see structural assault that often. So the idea that I'm going to mainboard 2 of them, and that sometimes it pays off, it's just fun. He's really dragging this out, isn't he? It's like he waited until the very end of the rope and then he did something. Is he hoping we run out of patience just so we scoop? I'm here all night. I'm here for the lulz. I'm thinking of making some little red devils with haste, too. How would you like that? Because then if we get in trouble, we can just kill them all and deal 3 extra points of damage when we need to. Burning down the house with little red devil tokens. Now what will you do? You don't have 8 more turns now. You have 4. Everything's been cut in half. You might have less. Look how he goes. He ropes it down to the very tiniest amount every single time. He milks it out as much as he possibly can. That takes a special kind of jerkitude. I think Ox Monkey is going on my list. It's near Christmas time, Ox Monkey. You're going to be on the naughty list. You're not going to get any presents. Look at that. Let it dwindle. Don't die, don't die. Just let it dwindle and then do something. 7 cards and he's not going to cast a single one? He's just going to maximize his roping. He's got it down to a science. Watch how close we get to the end. Such patience. Almost, almost. Are we going to quit? Are we going to quit? No, we're going to take our turn. Then we're going to wait and rope you again. Maybe they should implement a rating system. Like, we should be able to give them, like, 1 star versus 5 stars. We could rate our opponents at the end, and then they could get sort of a, almost like an eBay's reputation. And people would know the 1 stars are for ropers. Because you know that's the way we'd all do it. Why is he looking at my graveyard? You can't steal my sorcery. He's bored? Maybe he's boring himself, so he's just looking around. And now he's still waiting to see. We go to there. We go to there. He's still holding. Oh, he discards a land instead of playing the land. Why wouldn't you at least play the land? You're here just to rope. This is your mission in life. Okay, we're going to have to wait till the roping appears again. And he's going to let it draw down. He's looking at my graveyard again. Instead of playing his island and casting spells. Did he just decide that if I had board wipes like that, that it's not worth it for him to play? Okay, we get to play now. We get to attack now. Oh wait, we gotta let him. He's got to maximize it. He's really got to make sure that he uses all the rope possible. I have never met somebody this dedicated to roping. I was gonna cut this out and not save this video, but I think I'm gonna save everything. I'm not gonna edit a piece of this. People have to see what Ox Monkey does. This is the most dedicated, most premeditated I have ever seen on this game in my life. Look, every single time that he has a chance, that's all he does. He's playing his own game at this point. Okay, one more turn for you. He's looking through my graveyard again. He's just whiling away the time. Loo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Looking through the graveyard. As if there's going to be something different in here. Other than the 4 measly cards that we have. Okay, wait for the ropes to appear. Well, the cool thing is that we've learned to predict what our opponent's going to do. He's going to look through our graveyard until the ropes appear. Because, you know what? He knows what's in his deck. He knows what's in his graveyard. He didn't know what was in mine. He didn't know what was in my deck. He's trying to get ideas. What kind of deck can I make? Maybe I could make this deck. What beat my defender deck? 3 cards. Escort, burn down the house, and Sekenzen. That's all you need to beat a defender deck. I haven't really made a defender deck yet. I do like the idea of it. Is it really? You're going to let me do something? I get to click a pass? You're going to discard a card? Is it going to be another land? It's another land. It's like I can predict what you're going to do now. And you know, he waited to become a jerk, right? He got his draw card advantage enchantment down. He got his character creatures down. He played the card he wanted to. When he was able to womp on me, he was all nice and polite and making his move in a timely manner. One single board wipe, and suddenly everything changes. We must be punished because we dared to play a board wipe. How dare we? How dare we? We're near the end. He can't wait any longer. He can't stall us any longer. We get out our second plane. We play our second plane. We attack. He gets one more of these roping turns. And he thinks he's going to get us for a whole nother turn. But he doesn't realize this is the last of it. Still milking it. Still consistent. Still reliable. Even during the damage phase, he's still waiting for the ropes to die down. And now, 2 damage to each creature and each opponent. No, that wasn't a good game, Ox Monkey. You're a jerk. Goodbye. You're going on the list. Alright, so we've had a couple of ropers, including the worst roper in the history of the game. And we got a Maestro's Charm out of it. I think I already had 4 copies of that. Ah, we got a Mastery Orb. Sweet. Let's go into Mastery. We'll play one more round after this. After what they just did to us, they owe us a nice match, right? The worm's got to turn some point. One with the multiverse. All right, that's 4 of the colors complete. I don't like the way that they changed the interface so that it doesn't come up straight in the middle. It goes off to the side, because if there's a token, then the token comes up for the main, and the main card goes off to the side and you can't read all the text necessarily. So hopefully they fix that. That happened with the latest update when they gave us the new inbox. Alright, Bugglesworth. You're going to be a nice opponent, right? You're here to play the game and have fun? Standard size deck. We do have a one mana play, so we don't play the tapped lands. Loner's here already. Excellent. Because we have a little combo here that may be helpful. He spoke too soon. That's taken a lot of time there, Bugglesworth, on turn 2. I predict he will cast a spell. One spell. He's just figuring out which one it is. He's got so many choices. It'll have the word citizen in it. This isn't pre-recorded, by the way. If it was pre-recorded, I could have edited out all of that roping. You guys may speed through the roping. I couldn't. Have pity on me. Okay, it's gonna have 3 of those. We're gonna stay put. We just need one more land to get down the Ballista Watcher. Let me through. Yes, okay. So we get our land, we get our Ballista Watcher. Citizen's Crowbar. Okay. We're going to have a tough time with Celebrity Fencer. But if they know how Ill-Tempered Loner works, they know that we can block and kill it. Our problem is they have removal in the form of an exile enchantment, which we can't do anything about. So if they have that, we're probably going to be dead real quick. Otherwise, we're actually going to take like 10 points of damage here. Did you build up fast enough? Now that's too much damage, right? Ill-Tempered Loner can't defeat it. 10, 14. Yeah, I gotta give up somebody. Okay. We got a 4/4. We can take out Celebrity Fencer now. Hopefully they don't have another 2-drop. I don't need you to become a 9/8. Look at all of that. Now we got a 5/5 with lifelink and indestructible. We'll block you there. And we don't even need to kill the fencer this turn, right? We can just pump our life back up. Okay. Yes. Yes. We can use our last turn to kill the fencer still. This is the loop. This is kind of sort of infinite life. We can kind of do this all day. Just have to choose to hit ourselves. And when the ropes start, we can hit the Celebrity Fencer and have them die. And how much damage do you think we need to give ourselves 11 life points each time? Keep in mind the Celebrity Fencer is the one that dealt the 11 damage to the Hellpack Avenger. So we're just constantly dealing that 11 damage to him over and over again. Because whenever you deal him damage, he gets to deal damage to any target, and he just deals the damage to himself, which creates the loop. And I don't think we want to spend too much more time doing this, just because, you know, I think we've made our point. I think 397 points of life is enough. What do you guys think? By the way, he has lifelink and indestructible now, so if they block it all, we get to do it all over again. Just not for 11 points at a time. 11 points was nice. That allowed us to build up our total pretty good. Now, if he doesn't top deck removal, he's going to be having a not so good day. Oh, look, our opponent is roping us. We don't know what that's like at all. What will we do? Well, I'm glad I hung around to do one extra battle. Whether we win or lose this match, at least you got to see the combo. Put the lifelink and indestructible on him. Whatever damage is dealt to him. Don't worry about the opponent's creatures. You can always get them with the last hit. But in the meantime, we could have gone on and probably got him up to 7, 8, 9,000 points of life for our life total. Just depends on how long you're willing to click. Our opponent hung in to watch it instead of scooping, so maybe they think they still have a chance. I mean, they can do like 20 points of damage a turn. Times 45 turns. So I should really pump my life up to 900. just to counter that and make sure they don't really have a chance to do anything, right? But they can always put down more creatures too. Okay, this is kind of risky for us because we only have one other ill-tempered loner in the entire deck, and he could be on the bottom. And we don't have a way to make him indestructible yet because we still only have 4 lands. Although my opponent has 6, my opponent has no problems getting out all the land like always. They chose not to block, they took the 6 points. We are over 400 in life. If they play that second card, I mean, we're just going to let them come and hit us. If they want to turn everything sideways and hit our face, we will let them because that will leave them unprotected. We can just run over and hit them again. We're going to save Angel Fire Ignition until we get more land because I do want to be able to either flash in Coyote or just use Valorous Stance to make them indestructible. We just don't have a way to stop, whatchamacallit, exile effects. But we've got enough time here that we can put down Coyote and run over and hit them 5 times, and they can do 100 points of damage to us, but we'll still kill them. And they thought about that and realized it, and that's the combo, and that's usually what they do when they understand. I don't care how wide you go, at some point I'm going to get my Depopulate out and still put Indestructible on my creature. So we'll go in and show you the deck one more time, and it might be a teensy bit more effective if we had a 3rd or 4th Ill-Tempered Loner, and maybe more effective if we had 3 or 4 Angel Fire Ignitions. It would be a little bit more effective if I could hit my land drops a little more reliably, which never happens, even though I never skimp on my lands. So yeah, Indestructible, 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 Indestructible. Are you seeing a theme? Indestructible. And a little bit of lifelink sprinkled in every now and then. That's all you need. And so if they say that there's no life gain decks in the current meta, here's one. And we didn't need like a whole bunch of mono white guys to pump each other up with gaining life every turn either. Alright, we're going to leave it there, I guess. Thanks for joining me, guys. Have a good one. Remember to like and subscribe. Come back next time. We'll have another deck for you. Thanks. Have a good one.